Hi ladies, welcome to our very first A to Your Q Tuesday. We always mix that up. And I've got three really awesome questions to kick us off. But before we get started, I just want to say, if you can just excuse the quality of the video, I'm shooting straight to YouTube rather than doing it my usual way and then uploading to YouTube, just because it's quite time consuming. And I think this is going to be the best method for us. I can get, the questions answered quickly and I can upload it to you quickly. So if you can just excuse the quality of the video and focus on the content, that'd be awesome. Okay, the three questions are great because they're really universal. And the first one is from somebody who has been working full time and now they're working from home and they're struggling with trying to structure their day. They've gone from, a reasonably structured day to being left to their own devices. And I know, I haven't had a real job since I was about 23, so we're talking 23 years now. But I had struggled with structure when, I'd gone from being in the grind and working very hard to build my business to having, a lot of success very quickly and then taking on a PA and then, having a whole lot of time on my hands. And without structure, I was left to my own devices way too much and it wasn't really a good thing. So structure is really going to be the second thing. I think the first thing is, having a single focus and then working out how to structure to get that done. So if you watch the video that I posted in yesterday's post under the Art of the Elegant Hustle, you'll see how I structure my week, and that is exactly how I would do it. The other thing that I would suggest is that when you have time off, have time off. Allow yourself to enjoy it and don't feel like you need to be back at your desk. It's so important to step away and allow yourself to have that time. Even if the money's not coming in, I promise you that working 10 hours a day isn't going to make that happen any quicker. It's being strategic and it's about making sure that you're enjoying your life and enjoying the process. So watch the other video that I posted about the structure, and then it's really a matter of implementing a structure that you think is going to work for you based on your strengths. So for example, if you're really creative and like to get stuff done in the morning, then schedule in 4 days a week that those mornings nothing happens before 12 o'clock, where you're relating or having to communicate with other people, so that you've got those first few hours to get that stuff done. And then test it for a couple of weeks and see how that goes. You'll find that there'll be things that you thought would work and maybe don't, and you just have to rejig. So an example for me was, these days I coach on Tuesdays and Thursdays and that's it. I used to try to spread out the coaching so I wasn't coaching too many people on one day. But what I found was that if I was doing that in the middle of each day, there was no real long time. I work well in a day. I get up, I'm still in my pajamas and sometimes, and I just get a few hours working, have a shower, eat, come back, and then I'll spend the rest of the day getting stuff done, and I get a lot done in those days. So that's how I work. So I changed that because it didn't work. So structure what you think is going to be the right thing, but base that on the project that you have to get done, and then if it doesn't work, tweak it. So good luck with that. The second question I have is, what happens when enthusiasm wanes when you're working on a project or training? I'm not going to tackle training. I've spoken about that a little bit already. And by training, I'm assuming that you're meaning physical training. I have spoken about that, and you can look back over my posts on my private page and you'll see that stuff there. But as far as your work projects, usually for me, enthusiasm starts to dampen when it stops being fun. So when that happens, what I do is I look at the project and think, what are the bits of this that I really love to do and enjoy? And I create that list and I get started on those. And then I'm also looking at what are the things that are annoying me and dragging me down and making it unfun. I look at what I can delegate and delegate what I can. And if I can't, I just look at the list of the things that I really love to do, and then they're kind of the carrot. I just knuckle down. I'm like, I'm going to get one of these things done and then I can tackle some of those. So it's kind of a reward thing. The other thing too is, I visit my visioning exercise pretty much every day. And if I feel like I'm moving away from something or my enthusiasm isn't quite there, or I'm, moving into that place of, why am I even doing this for? Is anybody going to want it? All that stuff. I go and I grab my vision and I read it because I know that when I created it, there was a lot of emotion and feeling behind it. And when I read that, I'm filled up with that again. And then I'm reminded of what it is that I'm trying to achieve, and that this is just part of it. And yeah, I guess for me, it really does come down to if there's parts of it that are taxing and that I'm not enjoying, and I try to get rid of them. You know, often what I'll do first is, do I even need to do this bit? Does this even need to be included? And I'll try and cull it if I can. I'm all about simplicity, and I'm really, you know, I need to remain in flow if I'm to be creative and enjoy my work. And if I'm getting bogged down with stuff and there's stuff that I'm not enjoying, I get rid of it as quickly as I possibly can, because we want to be in that place of flow, that elegant hustle. I hope that helps. And the last question is, what happens if you don't have much time? So say you're working full time and you've got to work on your business as well. How do you make things a priority, and how do you get the work done? Well, for me, it's going to come back down to that video that I posted on Monday or yesterday again, and that's, you know, what are the priorities, and then create this master list and just work through that. How you prioritize really is, it always comes back to what's income generating and what's going to move me forward in my business and what isn't. You know, we're in business to be able to support ourselves and enjoy a really lovely lifestyle. It's easy to go and create graphics and get caught up doing stuff that feels good, but is it making you money? If it's not, then that needs to come afterwards. That's the reward, that's the carrot. Work on the stuff that's going to make you money. So it's, you know, creating your offers, and it's mailing your list, and it's creating a database of people that you can get in touch with. It's whatever it is that's going to generate income. Also though, if you're waiting for your website to go live and you're procrastinating over that, and you know that you can't move forward without that being done, then that's the thing that you need to do. Just look at it logically. So this is where I'm heading to, and this is where I am now. What's the next step? And then you just focus until you get that done. You can't run ahead and go, you know, 5 steps ahead. What you need to do is say, you know, this is where I'm going, and right now I need to get this done. So that is like priority, and everything else can wait. Move through that, get it done, and then you can move on to the next thing. You know, pretty much all of those things relate to the same thing, and it's just about this ability to be able to focus on what's important and one thing at a time. Knowing what our big vision is. You know, I've given you the visioning tool. If you haven't downloaded it yet, go to my website. It's for free. Go to theartofkickingasselegantly.com/vision tool, and you'll be able to opt into that, and you'll get your free visioning tool. That's a great little tool, and what that's going to do is help you get really clear about what you want for your life, which is the bigger picture. And then from there you map out, you know, the how-to. That's going to always pull you forward. If you do that properly, that's going to pull you forward. And the rest of it is really about time management and working a structure that works for you. So as I say, I've said it a few times, but that video that I posted yesterday, that system works beautifully for me. So give it a go, you know, work how, you know, your version of that, and then just test it for 2 weeks and see how you go. And as far as motivation, you know, and interest waning, you know, that comes down to, you know, removing yourself from your bigger vision. So the closer you get tied to that, the more you're drawn to that, the more you're remembering why you're doing this thing in the first place, the easier it will be to stick to it. Anyway, I want to keep this under 10 minutes, so I'm going to go. Keep those questions coming. If you've got any, keep them aside and post them for next Tuesday, and I will answer them then. Thanks for now. Bye for now, and I'll see you next week. Bye.